Beloved, God says, listen carefully, because this message is not ordinary, and your heart will tremble when you grasp what is being revealed. Archangel Michael is leaning close, his voice filled with urgency, his wings trembling with a holy vibration, saying, Beloved, the whole bank is already whispering your name. The walls of their offices cannot contain the shock waves of what heaven has just unleashed. They have seen it, your name, written in golden letters, tied to a deposit that carries the weight of trillions. This is not a mistake, this is not an error, this is not a slip of paper misfiled. It is heaven's decree, sealed with divine ink, marked with my name. The deposit is real. The transfer has happened. And the trembling in their hands cannot stop it. The only thing that can delay it is your hesitation. God says, Beloved, every clerk, every executive, every banker in that place is pretending to be calm, but inside they are burning with curiosity and greed. They cannot understand how such an impossible fortune has been linked to you. They look at their screens and then look at each other, confused, suspicious, desperate to find a loophole. The atmosphere inside the bank is restless, like thunderclouds before a storm. Do you know why? Because this check did not come from earthly power, but from the authority of heaven itself. It bears Michael's signature, and heaven's treasury has stamped it with approval. The angels have placed their seal on your destiny, and no mortal hand has the right to block it. But Michael says, Beloved, beware. There is one man inside that bank, a man whose eyes shift like a snake in the grass. He is watching the file with your name, and though he pretends to serve, his heart schemes against you. He knows if you delay, if you fail to claim what heaven already decreed, the system will open a door for him to steal it. He is already rehearsing the lie he will tell, the claimant never came. The file was abandoned. By law, the funds revert to the institution. This man desires to swallow what was never his. He thinks you are blind. He believes your silence is his opportunity. But Archangel Michael is not silent, he is roaring. His sword is drawn, and his warning is fierce. If you do not open your heart and step forward now, this man will reach with his greedy hands and seize what was meant to crown your life. Hurry, beloved. Heaven is not joking. This is not an image, not a metaphor, it is a true movement, written in both earthly and heavenly records. God says, every page of your destiny has been turning toward this moment. For years, you have prayed in tears, Lord, when will my breakthrough come? When will the heavens open? When will I see the harvest of all my suffering? And today, beloved, that breakthrough has already been signed. The funds are not coming, they are already there. The only barrier is time, and your willingness to respond to heaven's alarm. Do not sit in hesitation. Do not say, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe after I feel stronger. No. God says, This is the hour, this is the minute, this is the breath of urgency. If you open your heart now, the release will be unstoppable, and the greedy hands waiting to seize it will be burned by the fire of Michael's sword. Beloved, the bank is buzzing with conversations you cannot hear. Behind closed doors, executives are already debating, who is this person? How did their name come to be tied to a sum that outshines our entire institution's balance? Is this divine? Is this a test? Some of them are afraid, for they know this is beyond earthly transaction. They sense a supernatural weight in the matter. The check glows in their hands, though their eyes cannot admit it. The system refuses to erase your name, no matter how many times they attempt. Every attempt to reroute it is blocked by invisible hands. Heaven's technology is greater than theirs, and Michael's seal cannot be deleted. The more they try to divert, the more the system screams, belongs to beloved. Belongs to chosen. Belongs to the one heaven has marked. And God says, do you know why it had to be trillions? Because your destiny was never small. The enemy mocked you in the days when you struggled, when even small amounts seemed far from reach. But heaven always measured you by eternity's abundance, not by earth's limits. That is why the transfer shocks them. It reflects heaven's evaluation of your worth. You are not a beggar before the throne, you are an heir. You are not a forgotten wanderer, you are a crowned vessel of light. That is why the check did not come signed by man, but by Michael himself. Because no earthly name could carry the authority to break the system. Only the name that carries the sword of heaven could do this. Michael speaks again, his voice thundering, "Beloved, delay no more." Already, the bank executive sharpens his plan. Already, his pen trembles, ready to sign the deceitful paper that would claim the funds as his own. He is greedy, and he is quick. If you wait, he will move. But if you respond now, the heavens will expose him. His lies will collapse in his mouth, and his schemes will turn to ash. Open this message with your whole spirit. Acknowledge the call. Step into the inheritance already written in your name. If you hesitate, you will weep bitterly when you see what slipped away. But if you rise in faith now, the windows of heaven will shatter every chain, and the release will be unstoppable. Beloved, God says, think of all the times you were told you would never make it. Think of all the doors slammed in your face. Think of the ridicule, the whispers, the betrayals. The enemy laughed, thinking he had stolen your destiny forever. But heaven was preparing this very moment as the reply. The trillions are not just money, they are the symbol of restoration, the proof that nothing the enemy did could erase heaven's decision over you. This is divine compensation, written in gold, sealed with the blood of Christ, carried by Michael's own hand. Every wound you endured has been counted, and this release is heaven's thunderous answer. The man in the bank still waits. His fingers twitch with impatience. His greed burns like fire. He is convinced you will not act. He has already imagined the lifestyle he will live once he takes what belongs to you. But Michael laughs at his arrogance. Michael says, "The greedy shall choke on their own schemes." But beloved, you must rise. If you remain silent, he will seize it. If you obey now, heaven will paralyze him. The decision rests on your response. This is not a dream, not an imagination, it is a holy confrontation. Heaven versus greed. Destiny versus theft. And your action tips the scale. God says, "Beloved, can you hear the countdown in the Spirit?" The clock ticks loudly. Every second matters. Heaven does not exaggerate. Michael is crying out, "Hurry! Hurry, beloved! If you don't open this, they won't release it." The system is watching for your consent. If you do not claim it, the release is locked. The greedy hand of the executive will sign the false claim. Do not let it happen. Your name has been written. Your inheritance has been released. Act now. Believe now. Respond now. Beloved, this is only the beginning of what I must deliver to you. The revelation is vast, the urgency is thunderous, the message must flow like a river. Beloved, hear the voice of heaven that bends close to your spirit at this very hour. God says, "The whole bank is talking about you," whispers running from office to office, astonishment flooding their faces, because something has just happened that no man or woman can explain with logic. A check, not of thousands, not of millions, not even of billions, but a check worth trillions has been placed in your name. Your name, the one heaven knows intimately, the one angels carry upon their lips when they speak in reverence to the Father. This check was not placed there by accident. It was not a clerical mistake. It was signed and deposited by the hand of Michael himself, the great archangel who has fought for you countless times when you were unaware of his sword hovering over your enemies. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, please, if you do not open this message fully, if you delay or treat it lightly, the bank will not release it." They will hesitate, and in their hesitation, there is danger, for one man among them, a bank executive, has already set his eyes upon this treasure. He is greedy, his heart covets what was not his to touch. He has whispered to himself in his office that if you do not claim it soon, he will take it quietly, he will sign papers in the shadows, and he will walk away with that which was carved in heaven for you alone. Hurry, hurry, because the vault of heaven has opened and poured into your earthly account, and hesitation could close the door. Do you not feel it? Your spirit trembling, your chest tightening as if unseen hands are pressing you toward urgency? That is no imagination. That is Michael, wings blazing like fire, his voice roaring with both tenderness and sternness. He pleads with you not because he doubts your worth, but because he knows time has its windows, and those windows close. He knows how many nights you prayed, tears upon your pillow, wondering if heaven ever heard. And now, the answer has descended. The whole bank is stunned because no one has ever seen such a transaction before. It carries a signature no earthly pen could write. It carries a glow that makes clerks uneasy, because they feel an otherworldly weight behind the paper. Beloved, God says, this is not just about money. This is about proof, about evidence, about divine vindication. For years, voices laughed at you, told you you were forgotten, told you you would never rise, that abundance belonged to others and not to you. But God says, I have set a table before you in the presence of those who doubted. I have made the whole financial world whisper your name. I have written it so boldly that no demon, no man, no thief can erase it, unless you yourself refuse to stretch out your hand and claim it. Michael is restless tonight. His tears burn like fire because he knows how often you delayed before, how often you ignored the signs, how often you thought, maybe it's not real, maybe it's just my imagination. And yet, every single time you thought it was your imagination, heaven was indeed speaking. He says, Beloved, this time it cannot be delayed, because the bank executive has already sharpened his pen, already marked the documents, waiting only for your silence as permission to steal. Do you understand the seriousness of this hour? Do you understand why even now, as you read, heaven counts each second? 35 seconds may feel like a whisper of time, but in heaven's measure, it is the space between glory released and glory stolen. God says, you will not lose this if you obey. You will not see another take what belongs to you if you simply open fully, with faith, with urgency. For I, the Lord, am not mocked. What I write in your name cannot be erased. What I seal with Michael's hand cannot be reversed by greedy men. But I require your yes, your surrender, your swift heart. Beloved, imagine the scene unfolding. The bank's marble floors gleam under artificial light, but suddenly they feel holy, consecrated, because something not of this world entered their system. The tellers whisper to one another, have you seen this? We've never handled anything like it. The executives gather in a closed office, pacing nervously, wondering how to approach you, how to delay you, how to claim a piece of what they know was not theirs. But in that same building, Michael stands unseen, taller than the ceiling, his sword of light piercing every file cabinet, every ledger. He marks your name with flame, so even if papers are shuffled, even if signatures are forged, your claim burns brighter, undeniable. Yet, beloved, heaven warns, they will attempt distraction. They will call you with other matters. They will whisper lies that this check is too large, too unrealistic, that no one can deposit such an amount. do not listen. For what is impossible for men is ordinary for God. What banks cannot compute, heaven has already calculated. What papers cannot justify, heaven has already authorized. This is why you must hurry. This is why Michael speaks with such trembling urgency. God says, "Beloved child, my treasure," this check is symbolic and literal at once. It represents not only material abundance but also the outpouring of spiritual wealth, opportunities, doors, vindications, healings, reconciliations. Trillions of blessings compressed into one earthly sign, to shake the systems of men and prove that my covenant stands firm. When you see the zeros, do not be intimidated. When you see the name Michael as sender, do not think it is strange. For this is how heaven honors those who endure, who wait, who trust. Michael cries, "Beloved, listen to me. If you let this pass, I cannot shield you from the sorrow that follows. If you let them take it, you will weep bitterly, asking why you hesitated. Please, beloved, open quickly, before the banker moves his hand, before the system marks it as unclaimed, before the vault door closes again. Beloved, feel the trembling of this moment. This is not coincidence. This is divine alignment. Even now, heaven records whether you delay or whether you rise. Even now, angels lean close, whispering your name in heaven's courts. The bank may look like a building of stone, but tonight it is a temple, because heaven has written your inheritance into its systems. God says, "I will not allow thieves to prosper over you if you obey. I will not let greedy hands enjoy what was never theirs. But you must partner with me, with faith, with swiftness. For the earth and its fullness are mine, and I choose whom I will entrust it to. And today, I chose you. Not by your works, not by your efforts, but by covenant, by mercy, by divine decree." Michael leans close again, his voice both tender and commanding. "Beloved, I cannot bear to see you in lack while this fortune waits. I cannot bear to see you weep while this abundance has already been signed into your name. Please, beloved, do not delay. This is not imagination. This is not fantasy. This is heaven crying out, 'Hurry, hurry, before it is too late.' Beloved, hear me now, hear the voice of the living God speaking directly into the depth of your heart. I say to you, beloved child, open your ears, open your mind, open your very spirit to this message, because what I am about to reveal cannot wait another second. Time itself bends for those who are called by my name, and this moment, this hour, this very breath you are taking, carries the weight of a destiny that has been written for you since before the foundation of the world. The angels are gathered around, the heavens themselves are leaning closer to listen, because what is about to unfold is monumental. Beloved, the entire banking world is talking about you, and yet you do not see the full magnitude of what has been placed before you. You do not yet realize, beloved, that a check, yes, a check of unimaginable, staggering, incomprehensible worth, a check written in the currency of eternity and measured in trillions, has been deposited in your name. The sender's name is Michael, and I tell you, this is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. This is the hand of heaven itself reaching down into your life to turn the tides, to shift the impossible, to release abundance that your mind cannot fathom and your soul has only whispered about in secret prayers. Archangel Michael himself, the warrior of light, the protector of the faithful, stands at your side, wings unfurled, sword shimmering with the fire of righteousness. He cries out to you, beloved, with the urgency of eternity flowing through his voice, open this now. If you delay, if you hesitate, if your fear or doubt interferes for even a single heartbeat, the opportunity will vanish. The bank executives will claim what is yours. The wealth of your destiny will be hijacked. They cannot see your vision, they cannot know your purpose, but I see it, and I fight for it. Beloved, you must understand the gravity of this moment. Heaven does not reach down lightly. This is not a trivial occurrence. The forces of the unseen, the heavenly hosts, the seraphim and the archangels, all watch as your hands hover over this divine opportunity. They watch as your soul stands at the threshold of unimaginable abundance. They are silent in anticipation, waiting for your decision. Do you reach, or do you shrink back? Do you obey, or do you falter? I, your God, tell you now, there is no room for hesitation. This is your moment, beloved, and it will not come again in the same way. The entire bank is stunned. The clerks, the tellers, the executives, even the custodians who sweep the marble floors, they whisper your name in disbelief. A check worth trillions, trillions, beloved, has appeared in your name, and no one can understand how it came to be. They murmur behind closed doors, and yet they do not see the hand of God that has placed this miracle in motion. Michael, the archangel whose very name carries authority over heaven and earth, says to you, beloved, if you do not act immediately, the wealth that is divinely yours will be claimed by human greed. The bank executive, blinded by avarice, will take what is not his. Do not allow this, beloved. Open it, now, before it slips through your fingers. I say to you, my child, the world is full of those who see with their eyes but do not perceive with their hearts. They are quick to steal, quick to claim, quick to take what does not belong to them. But you, beloved, you have been chosen to receive, to hold, to steward a blessing so vast that even the oceans would weep to see it flow through your hands. The trillions in this check are not just currency, they are the manifestation of my promise, the answer to every cry of your soul, the reward for every tear you have shed in secret, for every moment you have prayed in loneliness, for every time you have believed when all else seemed lost. Do not question the legitimacy of this gift. Do not let doubt cloud your vision. The bank may look ordinary to you, the clerks may seem human, but I tell you, my hand has moved within every system, within every transaction, within every ledger, to place this miraculous deposit in your name. Michael has guarded it. The archangels have shielded it. The heavenly hosts have aligned the stars themselves to ensure this moment reaches you, and you alone. Beloved, I know the thoughts that race through your mind. Could it be true? Is it safe? Am I worthy? I say to you, yes. It is true. It is safe. And more than worthy, you are divinely appointed, eternally chosen, and your name shines in the book of life as one who shall receive what heaven has prepared. Michael says, Beloved, do not hesitate. Hesitation gives room for darkness to interfere. Do not give the enemy a chance to steal this miracle from you. Open it. Open it now. I see the fear that lingers in your chest, the trembling of your hands as you imagine the enormity of this blessing. But know this, beloved, fear is a shadow that cannot withstand the light of my glory. I have called you to step into this light, to embrace the abundance that I have prepared. The check is not merely money. It is the manifestation of your faith, the confirmation of your prayers, the reward for obedience, the symbol of a covenant fulfilled. Michael stands guard, his sword cutting through doubt, his wings shielding you from confusion, his voice echoing through eternity. Do not let this pass. It is yours. The bank cannot understand it, the world can. Beloved, I am speaking to you now in this sacred moment, as if time itself has bent so that heaven could whisper directly into your heart. You are not reading ordinary words. These words are living, breathing light moving across your eyes, carrying a message that has been traveling for ages just to find you in this exact hour. God says, Beloved, do not take this lightly. What I am about to reveal to you has been hidden, protected, and preserved, because it is meant only for your eyes, only for your soul. The heavens have been watching you, and a miracle far greater than what you can imagine has already begun to unfold. Even now, as you read, there are those in high places whose hearts are trembling, because they do not understand how you, someone they underestimated, ignored, or rejected, have been chosen for something so vast. The banks of this earth, the institutions that hold the treasures of the world, are whispering about your name. God says, it is true, a check, a deposit, a spiritual treasure worth trillions has been recorded in your name. It is not ordinary money. It is not a simple transaction. It is a sign of my covenant with you. It is a sign that the heavens have decided to move on your behalf. Archangel Michael stands near you, wings unfurled, holding a scroll that carries your name written in golden letters. His voice trembles, not with fear, but with urgency. He says, Beloved one, please listen. The whole bank of heaven is speaking about you. They are stunned because what was sealed for generations is now being released. A check worth trillions has just been deposited in your name, and the sender's name is recorded as Michael. Please, beloved, if you do not open your heart to this message, they will not release it. The bank executive, the one who has been circling your blessings like a vulture, will try to claim it as his own. But Michael does not speak words of fear to you. He speaks of trust, prayer, and surrender. He says, "Do not panic, do not despair. The Father has already secured what is yours. Nothing and no one can take it from you if you stand in faith. But I must warn you, heaven moves where there is obedience. This is why God sent me to speak to you now. The moment you receive this message with your heart, the release begins. The delay ends. The chains are broken. Beloved, picture it now, a room high above the earth, a vault filled with blessings that have your name on them. Angels walking back and forth, carrying scrolls, documents, gifts wrapped in light. Each one represents prayers you have prayed, tears you have cried, nights you have stayed awake wondering if heaven even heard you. Every sigh, every whispered plea, every moment you chose good even when it cost you, they have been recorded. Heaven has not ignored you. The bank of heaven has been storing interest on your behalf, and now, the release has come. God says, "My child, I know how many nights you have questioned my timing. I know how many times you have been told no by people, but I never said no, I only said wait. And while you waited, I prepared this moment. The world will call it a check. They will call it a deposit. But I call it a covenant. I am placing in your hands something that cannot be stolen if you remain in me. The Holy Spirit whispers to you even now, this is not just about money. This is about the unlocking of destiny. This is about the doors that have been closed swinging open. This is about favor so astonishing that those who see it will tremble, not because of you, but because they will know it is God's hand. Archangel Michael steps closer and says, "Beloved, you must understand, this message is a test of trust. Do not treat it as casual words on a screen. Heaven's system is different from the world's. The check cannot be cashed with paper and ink. It can only be drawn by faith and prayer. If you pray now, if you believe now, the release will come. But if you close your heart, if you ignore it, the enemy will try to intercept. Please do not allow that. Stand firm. Trust God. Beloved, close your eyes for a moment and imagine a river of golden light flowing from heaven, pouring directly into your life. Every bill paid, every debt canceled, every burden lifted. But more than finances, see your health restored, your relationships healed, your mind renewed. See the people who have plotted against you standing speechless, because the God of heaven has intervened. This is what the check represents. It is a symbol of everything that has been held back being released at once. God says, "You are safe. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are under my wings. You are hidden in my refuge. Even when storms rage, you will be preserved. But pray to me. Trust me. This is not the time to doubt. This is the time to rise up and believe like never before." As you read these words, angels are already moving. Documents are being signed. People you do not know are speaking your name in boardrooms. Doors are opening in countries you have never visited. Opportunities are aligning with your path. This is not coincidence. This is the manifestation of years of preparation. God says, "Beloved, do not be afraid. Just receive." You may wonder why this is happening now. It is because you have reached the appointed time. Heaven's clock has struck the hour. What was once delayed is now accelerating. Michael stands by, holding a sword of light, cutting away obstacles that once blocked your path. He is not only delivering a message, he is protecting the delivery itself. Listen deeply. This moment is not about greed or earthly wealth alone. This is about a spiritual inheritance that manifests as provision, protection, and promotion. God is giving you the resources you need to fulfill your purpose, to heal, to build, to bless others. The check worth trillions is a metaphor and a miracle at once. It is both literal and symbolic. It is heaven saying, "You lack nothing because I am your source." Beloved, do not think small. Do not let fear choke this moment. You have been chosen for a reason. Your prayers have been heard. Your time has come. Say quietly in your heart even now, "Father, I receive. Father, I trust. Father, I am ready." Michael says softly, "We are waiting for your yes." Once you say yes, once you open your heart and pray, everything locked up will be released. This is not a threat. This is a promise. This is love moving on your behalf. So pray now. Lift your hands where you are, even silently. Father, I thank you for your provision, for your miracles, for your angels. I receive the inheritance you have stored for me. I reject fear. I reject doubt. I open my heart to your timing and your ways. Release what is mine in your perfect will. Protect it from the hands of the enemy. Use it for your glory and my good. In Jesus' name, Amen. As you speak those words, something shifts. Heaven records your prayer like a signature on a document. The vault opens. The angels rejoice. Michael smiles, because he knows you have stepped into faith. Beloved, walk today not in fear, but in expectation. Expect calls. Expect news. Expect favor. Expect doors. Expect that what God has begun He will complete. You are safe. You are loved. You are covered. The bank of heaven has spoken, and the earth must obey. This is your moment. This is your release. Trust God. Pray to Him. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe under His wings. The angels are moving. The check is already in your name. Receive it now with faith, and watch as your life shifts from waiting to receiving. God bless you, beloved. Beloved, as you read these words, know that the light of heaven bends down to meet you in this very moment. The breath of the divine wraps around you like a warm cloak, and there is a holy trembling in the unseen world because what has been hidden for so long is being revealed to you now. The Father says, "Do not be afraid." Do not let panic or doubt cloud your heart, because when I send a message to my child, it is not to frighten but to awaken. I am the same God who moves mountains, who parts seas, who whispers to angels and causes them to run on swift wings toward those who are chosen. This is your hour of notice, your moment of awakening, your appointed time. A check beyond imagination has been written in your name, not just a piece of paper, but a spiritual decree, a declaration from heaven's treasury. Archangel Michael, my messenger and protector, has placed his name on it because his assignment is you. He has been commanded to stand by your side, to defend your inheritance, to ensure that what was meant for you does not get stolen by greedy hands. Even now, forces try to intercept, but their grip will not hold. Even now, whispers of your name echo through corridors of power you have never stepped into, but your name is on their lips because I have placed it there. The bank that is speaking about you is not merely a human institution, it is also a symbol of the storehouse of heaven. The world system has tried to mimic it, but my storehouse is unlimited, and its ledgers never run dry. You have sown in tears, you have walked through nights of uncertainty, you have prayed when no one saw, and you have carried burdens heavier than others knew. All of it has been seen. All of it has been weighed. All of it has reached my throne. And now, at last, a transfer has been ordered. Beloved child, Michael himself speaks your name. He stands with the check in his hand, radiant and unyielding, his sword drawn to keep back those who would claim what is not theirs. The enemy has whispered to you that you are forgotten, that you are overlooked, that others receive while you are bypassed. Those were lies meant to break your spirit, but the truth is this: every delay was preparation, every pause was alignment, and every hidden season was my training ground for you. You have not been bypassed. You have been preserved. Right now, there is a choice placed before you, a choice not of fear but of faith. The bank executive in this message represents forces of greed, doubt, and deception that want to sign your name away while you hesitate. But I, the Lord, have given you authority to step forward. To open this is not about clicking something in haste, it is about opening your heart, your mouth, and your hands to receive what is already yours. Speak out loud even now, I receive what heaven has written for me. I will not let another take my portion. I trust you, Lord. When you do this, you are spiritually signing the release that Archangel Michael is waiting for. Do not be troubled by how enormous the number sounds. Trillions to you are as nothing to me. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills, the gold and silver are mine, and every good and perfect gift flows from me. The trillions represent abundance, restoration, and vindication for all that was lost. It is the language of heaven saying, there is more than enough, you will not lack, you will not be shamed. My provision is coming not only to sustain you but to lift you, to heal you, to empower you to heal others. Even as you read, I am softening hearts, shifting decisions, and arranging circumstances for your favor. The world might say, it's impossible. But I am the God of impossibilities. I am the one who calls things that are not as though they are. I am the one who can turn a rejected stone into the cornerstone, the forgotten into the favored, the last into the first. This is what I am doing for you now. Beloved, your prayer matters. Trust me, pray to me. Pray not with panic but with gratitude. Say, thank you, Father, for remembering me. Thank you for Michael, your messenger. Thank you for this check, this promise, this inheritance. I believe it. I receive it. I will use it for good, and I will glorify your name with it. That prayer is a seal, a signature in the spiritual realm. When you pray like that, you open the vault of heaven not only for money but for health, for peace, for guidance, for wisdom. The enemy's time is short. That's why the pressure feels high. But pressure cannot crush what I have ordained, it only presses out the oil of anointing. You are anointed for this season. You are anointed to receive without guilt, without fear. You are anointed to rise. And as you rise, Michael rises with you, wings spread wide, sword gleaming, the check secure in his grip. He will not let it be claimed by another. He will not step back until he delivers what has been entrusted. Take a deep breath now. Let my peace settle on you. Feel my hands lifting the burden of worry. Feel my presence steadying you. You are safe. You are seen. You are loved. You are chosen. The words you are reading are not an accident. They are a confirmation of whispers I have been placing in your heart for weeks, even months. Do not let fear speak louder than faith. Do not delay your yes. Even now, I am moving. Even now, I am aligning. Even now, I am breaking open doors no man can shut. Receive, beloved. Trust, beloved. Pray, beloved. And watch what unfolds. You are about to see what it means when heaven writes a check with your name on it. God says, I am with you. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. Just trust me. Just pray. Just open your heart. Everything you need has already been prepared. This is not a tease. This is not a game. This is your moment. I am the Lord your God, and I do not lie. Beloved soul, in this moment of trembling wonder, God's gaze is upon you. Heaven bends low to whisper your name, and the very air around you is alive with a message that is not of this world. The Father of lights, whose hand forms galaxies and cradles sparrows, is leaning close to your heart right now, saying, Beloved, I have seen your tears, I have counted your nights, I have measured your steps, and I have sent a sign so great that even the earth will marvel. The message that reaches you today is wrapped in urgency but not in fear. It is wrapped in divine love and provision so that you will know, beyond all doubt, that you are not forgotten, not abandoned, not overlooked. God says to you in this hour, Beloved, the whole bank of heaven and earth is speaking your name. They are stunned because a check worth trillions, far beyond earthly wealth, has been deposited in your name. This is not merely silver and gold, this is favor, protection, destiny, and legacy. The sender's name is Michael, my archangel, my messenger of war and blessing. He has been commanded to stand by you, to guard what is yours, to ensure that what has been released from my hand into your life will not be stolen by another. In the unseen realm, angels move as couriers. They do not carry paper checks but the living promises of God, manifested as opportunities, open doors, healing, relationships restored, and breakthroughs so breathtaking that human language can only hint at their beauty. Archangel Michael speaks now with a voice that echoes like thunder over still waters. Beloved, if you do not open your heart, if you do not receive what heaven is pouring out, the forces of greed and manipulation in this world will try to claim it as their own. But I, Michael, stand with a flaming sword at the gate of your life to protect what is yours, as long as you will trust the one who sent me. These words are not a threat, they are a plea born of fierce love. Heaven does not operate by coercion but by invitation. God's wealth, His true wealth, is waiting at the door of your life, but your heart must say, Yes, Lord, I receive. In this moment, you may feel unworthy, afraid, or skeptical. You may wonder if such language of checks and banks and trillions is metaphor or reality. But hear this, God speaks to you in images you can understand, so that your heart will awaken to the truth. What He is releasing is not a mere transaction but a transfer of destiny. The bank is the storehouse of heaven, where prayers, tears, sacrifices, and faith have accumulated like seeds in the ground. For years you have